It's Pert back with another video, and I just got done watching the new episode or movie, whatever you want to call it, of Into the Dark. Into the Dark is a Hulu series, an anthology series that is pretty much once a month, and it base itself around holidays. Really interesting stuff. Check out all my reviews in the link in the description below. I got all the episodes reviewed so far. But with all that being said, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new. Let's get right into it. So it starts off, you see this little girl crying, and you're like, okay. Then then it starts to, open up with this creepy ass knock knock joke. It's pretty sick and twisted. I'm already liking the vibes of it. It's very eerie, very, the atmosphere to this episode was definitely there. It pretty much starts off with this little, like I said, it starts off with this little knock knock joke. Very creepy shit. I was already getting bad vibes from it. So we get introduced to our characters. We got Claire. She's the oldest, very to herself. Then we got Maggie. She's the youngest, and she's the closest to their father, which their father goes by the name of Nathan, as, Claire would call her. She doesn't call her dad. And this is pretty much a story of a family that goes on a little bit of a road trip because their mother has passed away. Or in this case, Nathan's wife. Very dark shit goes on in this episode. Very, you got Claire that's very distant from just everything ever since her mom passed away. And, Maggie is super close to her father. And, and you could always just see how it affected them all in different ways, but made Claire very distant. But Claire looks on this wall and she sees all these missing children, which is foreshadowing what's going to take place in this episode. We see them go to the spot, where Nathan and their mother first met, and this is where they want to spread the ashes. And they just want to spend some quality family time away from technology. But Claire's sitting there still on her phone. She's dealing with the grief in her own way. I think she's kind of taking it the hardest, out of the two, but she's going about it her own way as a teenager. And they make note of that she is pretty much like, going through all these different emotions. But on the other side of it, you got, Maggie kind of really upset, but, she's just lucky to have her father around. And it's like, she's just walking around with a smile on her face. And it's adorable. It's really adorable. But I really like the tone that this episode has really captured. Unlike the other episodes that we've seen, I feel like the last time we've got a really good horror vibe or atmosphere was Puka, but this one was straight up horror, dog. Like, I can't tell you, like, I just, how many times you hear something banging or rattling or some shit. And the fact that there's these bunch of creepy ass kids, I'm not going to spoil what happens at the end. The end is kind of meh, but overall, I think this is a really enjoyable episode. I like how they utilize flashbacks in here to explain what happened to her mother. Her mother had cancer, you just see all this stuff affecting Nathan, and he just feels like he can't really do nothing to really help the pain because he's struggling himself. But then nighttime hits, and this is where the spooky shit happens. Not going to spoil that for you guys, but you should definitely go check this out. You should definitely go invest into this series because, you know, for what they gave us so far, I thought they do a pretty good job. I enjoyed this episode. I enjoyed what I watched. You know, it was very suspenseful. The atmosphere was it pulls you right in, you know, and I like these isolated type of horror situations where it's just like you're stuck in the middle of nowhere with these little fuckers. Yeah, but yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this episode. I thought it was entertaining to say the least. If you've seen this episode, what you guys think in the comments below? I would love to know. I would like to know, man. Like I said, if you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button if you enjoyed this episode. And you know what I'm saying? I'll catch you next month for the next episode of Into the Dark, and I'm out.
They keep dreaming, man, but you know, sometimes you gotta wake up from a dream and go get it. You get out of it what you put into it. The game is so simple, y'all just ain't listening. If you're chasing your dream, you're not running fast enough. Run faster. You gotta work for greatness, man. You gotta work. You gotta work hard just to be good. Fuck being great. So imagine greatness. We're going for greatness.